Hey, Coach Huseman, how about starting to just how the Spiders look to you heading into this game up in Albany?
Fine. I mean, we're pretty healthy, which is good this time of year. I'm sure they got some aches and pains, but for the most part, we're pretty healthy.
Hey, that practice ended with a couple of contested catches by Javion, who's been really good down the stretch here and doing that sort of thing. What is the key to making those contested catches?
I don't know, but he has been really good. I mean, he's been great for us. He was banged up, missed a few games early, but he's really done a great job of making contested catches. Obviously it's concentration, it's a will to go get the football. It's the understanding that we got to win those battles, and he's been doing a great job with that. I'm awful proud of him.
Preparation for Albany change or get adjusted any because of the weather possibility? You could have a little dampness up there and cold temperatures.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the temperatures are going to be an issue. We got out here today, it was probably about 30 degrees, 31 degrees, and it didn't feel bad. If we do get some rain, we got to deal with that, obviously, and we'll probably work a little wet ball drill on Friday. But, for the most part, I don't think, that is not cold for these guys.
Now, you didn't face them during the regular season. Is this a typical Albany team for which you have prepared in the past?
Oh, man, it's been so long ago since we played them, I don't remember. I just know they're very, very talented. Greg has really assembled a talented group of players up there. They're well coached, but I don't know. I can't even remember playing them the last time, but this year, I mean, they're really good. All teams are different, though.
Do you gain anything from watching them play conference opponents that you've faced this year?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always that way. You kind of get a feel for how they handled William and Mary, and how they played against teams that you played against. So that always does help. Even though we don't play them, but it helps them too because they get to see the same things that we're seeing on film. But obviously. We got to play. Our players got to make plays, and that's the bottom line. I mean, we have to make plays.
From what some of the guys have said already, Albany's very straightforward. Not a lot of tricks. They just say, come out, and if you can beat us, you can beat us. But there's not a lot of deception there, and not a lot of moving parts. They just come right at you.
Are you talking about offense? Yeah, I mean it all revolves around their quarterback, who's a great player and talented arm strength for sure, experienced now. He has good, he can run the ball, he can make you miss. So it all centers around him. How much they run the ball will be dictated on how well they run the ball. He's a really good player, and they've got talent around him. Their running backs are good. Their wideouts are very talented, and then up front they're good too. So again, they just do what they do, and we gotta win battles. We gotta win one-on-one battles. We gotta win jump balls out there, and we gotta break on the football and get him on the ground. We can.
Hey, that Albany team mighty good against the run. Top ranked in the nation. What is the key to moving the ball on the ground against those fellas?
I think it's been doing what we've been doing all year, is improving communication as the game goes on. They're very physical up front. The whole front's very, very good. So I think Tom leads the ship, communication starts, and that's our number one goal, is to have clear, great communication going into the game this week, and just executing from there on. I think that's the number one thing.
Do you have a feel about the weather, how it could change the game, how it might change the game?
So far, earlier this week it said it was going to rain, kind of like how Sacramento State weather, and then now it's saying it's not going to rain, it's going to be cold. I mean, we practiced yesterday, it was about 35 degrees, and then today it's 25-ish to 30. So I think we've executed pretty well in practice. There's another step we have to take, but I think we've definitely adapted to this cold. I think we're ready for the game.
This team doesn't panic. Even when you get behind. Saturday, you're down 2 scores. Why doesn't this team panic?
I think it's the culture that Wheeler, Ryan, and Marlon built. I was in that class with them. Me and Tom came in, and we've seen now for this is our 5th year, and we've seen how previous teams have reacted to being down, and I think it's just been great leadership. Our 3 captains are fantastic. They excite this team. You know, they motivate them. They give great pregame speeches, and they constantly put their hand on the pressure during the game. And I think this team just doesn't have quit in them right now. That's why I specifically came back. You know, I wanted to come back and make another run. I didn't get to do this last year. I didn't get to play, and so coming back, it's an amazing feeling.
Is there a sense of wanting to go a step further or two than you did last year?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's obviously, a want and a feeling and a need for that. Last year, second round playoffs, and then Coach October said this year we want another banner. And we went out and we got CAA champions. But now, taking that next step, every year we want to leave it better than we found it. And that was kind of like how I've thought about this program the past 5 years, is every year leave the program for the next set of kids coming in better than I found it. And if we keep on doing what we're doing and we keep pushing that tempo forward, I think the kids coming after us are going to continue what we've been doing and win more playoff games, win more conference championships.
How does it feel?
It feels amazing, man. Like, coming back, this is everything I could have dreamed of. Making the CAA championship, winning the Capital Cup, making it to the playoffs.
Do you have a feel about the weather Saturday and how it could affect the game?
I think the weather could affect it a little bit, just a little cold. All you need is a long sleeve and you'll be all right.
How much do you guys learn watching them play teams, conference teams that you guys have played this year since you didn't face them?
Definitely seeing conference teams, it gives us a good idea of like competition level, because we've played those teams, we've seen what they can do first person. So watching film of teams we've playing them makes it a lot easier.
And what does that film tell you about this specific team?
I think they're a great team, great offense, great defense, but they do what they do and we kind of do what we do. They don't really have too many gadgets and stuff, so I think at the end of the day it's going to come down to who executes better.
You ended that practice with a couple of contested catches, and that's
Yes, sir.
the key for you this year. What is the key to winning those battles?
Honestly, I think it's just believing in yourself and putting in extra work. Coach Joe, he brought this green ball. He introduced his green ball to us when he got here, and I feel like it really helped me a lot. Filling the ball out, and you just gotta go up and want it more than the defender, honestly.
Can you think back to September and how you receivers were playing as a group and how you're playing now, and maybe compare and contrast that?
I think back then it was like we were in a different mindset than we are now. I feel like we've grown more. Well, we watched film, seen what we did wrong, and I feel like we executing now and just believing in ourselves and what the coaches are putting in front of us, like the concepts, stuff like that. So I just feel like we're just getting better and just week by week.
Hey, receivers is known sort of as a diva position. I mean, it doesn't seem to apply to you guys. It's a very gritty group. Share your thoughts on that.
Coach O, the receiver group, the receiver room, we go about this thing where we're silent assassins. So we're quiet, we put our head down, we work. We're not worried about any outside things like that. We're just working on us and keeping the main thing.
Thank you, Joe.
Why do you guys not panic, especially even when you get down if you have a slow start?
Why we don't panic? I feel like it's just we're battle tested. Stony Brook, cold game, rainy, 1-by-1. I just feel like we've been in situations where we came out on top, being down, being up. So I just feel like we're battle tested, honestly.
Having said that, slow starts this time of year. Not exactly.
Yeah.
You come back from them, but you'd prefer not to.
Yeah.
What's the key to not getting off to a slow start on Saturday?
I think it's just really trying to come out physical, really. That's what we try to do. And I feel like just coming out on top, trying to be physical, executing early, and getting out ahead.